So first of all, a simple will, I can literally take a piece of paper right now and write my wishes down, go and notarize it, and it's a legal document, and I file it with the court. And all I have to pay will be maybe the court fee, the filing fee, and the notary, the money for the notary, right? So it's not as expensive.
You have to file it with the court.
I'm sorry?
You have to file it with the court. You can't just get it. Okay.
Right, exactly. You have to file it with the court. So it's not as expensive as we think, the process is. Then, of course, we have companies online that help us. You can do it yourself. Like, I remember the first will I did it myself. I went and entered all the stuff. I have it all. If I die, I want to be buried here. I'm from Guinea originally. So a lot of conversation in our community is when you pass away, where do you get buried? Right? Do you go back home or do you stay here? So that's a huge thing in our community, and it delays things. So I have everything planned out. I want to stay here. I want this to go to this child. I want this to go to this child. This is what I have here. This is what I have here. So that everything is documented. And that at the time when I did it, it was like $99. So it's not as expensive as we think. And then, different trust accounts and different things like that. There are companies that, so you start out with a simple will, a basic will, and then as you put in your assets, it will trigger a recommendation if you need a trust, if you need to do a trust as well. And then when we talk about the trust, what I have seen usually, maybe like 400, 600, up to thousands, really depends on who you go to and who is doing it. But the best answer I can give you is that it's not as expensive as we think. And when we think about what we're protecting and what we end up saving for our families, the cost is minimal.
And what we could lose and what we could lose if we don't protect it, right?
Absolutely. And what we could lose.
Yeah. And earlier you talked about the state owns your property or whatever. And what I think is I'm experiencing with my fiance is that the state owns the property, but guess what? The state does not pay the bills. So you still have to pay taxes on the property. Mm-hmm. You still have to cut the grass. You still have to upkeep the property, even when you can get no income from it and you don't own it. And so the expenses are outrageous, depending on what could happen. And also if the person that died wasn't taking care of things, the house, it could be in disarray and in need of work, and it's sitting there rotting away while we're waiting for the state to resolve the issues,